Welcome to the 2020 Indianapolis Public Schools Hall of Fame Awards. Please welcome your host, Carrie Klein Black.
Thank you. I am so honored to be the host of the 2020 IPS Hall of Fame Awards presented by the Indianapolis Public Schools Foundation and Faegre Drinker here at the historic Shortridge High School in the Caleb Mills Auditorium. We have a wonderful lineup planned as we recognize and honor the driving forces behind the district, our exceptional teachers, staff, schools, community partners, and alumni. But an organization is only as strong as its leader, and we have a phenomenal leader in Superintendent Alicia Johnson to set the stage for what makes IPS so special. I invite her to share a few highlights about the district.
Thank you, and welcome to our first ever expanded version of our Hall of Fame. Indianapolis Public Schools empowers and educates our 31,000 plus students to think critically, creatively, and responsibly, and to embrace diversity, to pursue their dreams with purpose. You don't have to look far to see evidence of that. In our classrooms, we teach our children to walk and speak with confidence and to be respectful of others, realizing hard work can overcome nearly any obstacle. Our students are brilliant, resilient, and magnificent, and they are inferior to no one. That doesn't happen on its own. We first give credit to our many hardworking families who are putting in the time at home with their children. Then there's the village at school, from our principals leading our buildings to the teachers in the classrooms and the many other staff in our schools, to the community partners standing in the gaps. To all of you, I say thank you. Tonight's Hall of Fame winners are a representation of the hundreds of others who make IPS, in my opinion, one of the best districts to lead in our state. It is also a celebration of our many community partners that stand side by side with us to ensure our students have what they need to succeed. And finally, we celebrate our alumni who continue to shine bright all over the world and make IPS proud. While tonight is a celebration, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the challenging time we're in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic that has affected all of our lives, from quarantine to those who've been sick or lost loved ones. Someone who's fighting the battle and winning is one of our brightest IPS stars and alumni, Rodney Stepp, a graduate of Crispus Attucks High School. Mr. Stepp is a renowned keyboard player and has traveled the world with bands like the Spinners and played locally with the rock group, the Flying Toasters. Mr. Stepp was diagnosed with COVID-19 earlier this year. He spent a month in the hospital, including 2 weeks on a ventilator in a medically induced coma. Today, however, he is on the road to recovery. Mr. Stepp, this musical tribute by IPS alumni Bashiri Assad is for you.
Out and touch someone, show them how you feel. Realize that you're a star, and soon others will. Stay strong through trying times. Hold your head up high. For the now and aim for the sky. When you have one more day, another chance to make things better. Nothing is promised to the dreamer, no, no. the baby to give freely. Don't let nothing stand in your way. Living peacefully. When you have one more day, another chance to make things better. Nothing is promised to the dreamer, no. One more day to mend the friendship that's been broken, bringing us peace and harmony. 'Cause when it's all been said and done, I hope I touch the heart of someone. Thankful that I do this one more day. 'Cause when it's all been said and done, I hope I touch the heart of someone. I'm thankful that I do this one more day. Play that. Nothing is promised to the dreamer, no. One more day to mend the friendship that's been broken, bringing us peace and harmony. 'Cause when it's all been said and done, I hope I touch the heart of someone. Thankful that I do this one more day. 'Cause when it's all been said and done, I know I touch the heart of someone. I'm thankful that I do this one more day. One more day. Nothing is promised to us. Thankful that I do this one more day.
Thank you, Bashiri, for that wonderful tribute, and thank you, Superintendent Johnson, for setting the stage for these awards so beautifully. Before we jump into the award announcements, we are so thankful to the IPS Foundation for presenting tonight's event and to Faegre Drinker as our title sponsor. I'd now like to introduce Stephanie Bailey, CEO of the foundation. She joins us now with a very special greeting. Stephanie?
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for Hall of Fame. My name is Stephanie Bailey, and I'm the CEO of the IPS Foundation. Did you know that the IPS Foundation is the only private funding vehicle that exists to directly support Indianapolis Public Schools? As such, it is our absolute pleasure to partner with IPS leadership to identify funding needs and to work with our generous donors to secure and raise mission-critical funds. Through this work, last year alone, we are proud to say that we were able to grant almost $2 million in resources to schools and to the district. All of these dollars help ensure that our students have the resources they need to be successful. Of all this work, one of the efforts that I am most proud of was our immediate response to the COVID-19 pandemic through the creation of the IPS Education Equity Fund. Already, dollars raised in this fund have been deployed to grant over $70,000 in grants to individual schools so that they could meet immediate needs of their students, of their families, and staff. We invested in purchasing 1,500 MiFi devices to ensure that our students had access to reliable and free internet to complete their virtual learning. And last but not least, we invested in our teachers, providing support for professional development so that they had the best skills and training possible as they transitioned unexpectedly from the physical to the virtual classroom. While all of this is wonderful work to be celebrated tonight, I think we can all agree there is still much work to be done to support our students. So as we enjoy this night, as we celebrate alumni, staff, teachers, principals who've experienced and contributed to the success of others, I would ask you to join me and my family in ensuring that resources available to continue the success. Please join me in giving a gift tonight to the IPS Foundation. For your convenience, you can text to give at the number you see on the screen, or you can head on over to our website at www.ipsfund.org and make your gift there. Thanks in advance for your generosity and your support, and I hope you thoroughly enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Stephanie. Well, tonight's awards will recognize excellence in 8 categories, including Teacher of the Year, Innovation Teacher of the Year, Principal of the Year, Outstanding Staff Member of the Year, Excellence in Innovation, Engaging School, Community Partner in Action, and the Inspiring Alumni Award. We begin with Teacher of the Year, presented by Marian University. And here to share more about this award and announce the winner is Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett.
The IPS Teacher of the Year program is designed to recognize outstanding classroom teachers with the goal to inspire, rejuvenate, and celebrate the teaching profession. Nominees come to us from throughout IPS, Indiana's largest school district. Under the guidance of Superintendent Alicia Johnson, IPS employs nearly 4,000 individuals and serves more than 30,000 students at 88 unique schools. Serving with distinction at IPS is no easy feat. This year's IPS Teacher of the Year is Jack Hesser, a science teacher at H.L. Harshman Middle School. Over the last 4 years at Harshman, Mr. Hesser has led students through lessons and experiments that are as fun as they are informative. His class is a student favorite. Last year, Mr. Hesser was named 2019's Outstanding Earth Science Teacher of the Year for Indiana by the National Association of Geoscience Teachers. He received this honor for his contributions in sparking interest in the earth sciences at the pre-college level. Mr. Hesser sets an example every day for his fellow teachers by cultivating strong learning partnerships with students from all backgrounds, ensuring racial equity throughout classrooms. Our schools are a better place because of teachers like Mr. Hesser. So on behalf of the City of Indianapolis, congratulations, Jack.
Well, this has been a really crazy year for teachers, and I know I've been so blown away by the work that educators have done across our district to support our students and their families. This award means a lot to me, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my incredible husband, my friends, my mentors, and of course my students. I'm so appreciative of the work that all of them have done, mostly just putting up with me, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them. Thank you all so much, and let's continue this work together.
Congratulations, Mr. Hesser, and thank you so much for your dedication to our students in the classroom. Well, next, I'd like to introduce the president of the IPS Board of School Commissioners, Michael O'Connor, to announce our Innovation Teacher of the Year.
IPS is fortunate to have a variety of schools that offer a wide range of learning models, with the goal of having a great school in every neighborhood. Our IPS Innovation Network schools ensure IPS is a family of quality schools, serving the district as a whole. We're lucky to have the many choices for families, and even luckier to have so many wonderful teachers on the cutting edge of these innovative programs. This year's Innovation Teacher of the Year loves music and shares that love with the students in elementary and middle school as a general music teacher and director of choir and musical theater. But it doesn't end there. He's also his school's lead teacher for social and emotional learning, their cross-country coach, and a member of the school's PTO. This recipient knows how to meet students where they are. When he realized in his first year of teaching that traditional music education was not appealing to his students, he went to work to understand his students' diverse backgrounds and life experiences, finding music that better reflected their history and identity. That sparked a new appreciation for music rooted in racial equity. He's also helped the culture of his building understands the need to develop relationships with all students by providing diversity and compassion. And he often spends his break time calming students and providing redirection when needed. For all of these reasons and many more, it is my pleasure to announce Jeffrey Mayo at Matchbook Learning at Wendell Phillips School 63 as the 2020 IPS Innovation Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you to the IPS Education Foundation for recognizing the hard work teachers are doing across our district. I want to thank all the parents in the community that I serve of Hawville. Thank you for bringing your students to school, to rehearsals, allowing them to participate in extra music opportunities that help develop them as humans and grow. Thank you for being amazing parents and supporting your children. My students, thank you for challenging me each and every day to grow as a human and as a teacher. Without you, I would not be who I am today.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayo, and thank you for your dedication to meeting our students right where they are. Well, here to announce our next award, Principal of the Year, is State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Jennifer McCormick.
As a lifelong educator, I truly understand the hard work that goes into supporting children, families, and schools while providing a high-quality education. I want to praise all the educators, business leaders, and community members being honored during the 2020 IPS Hall of Fame Awards for their dedication and support of Indianapolis Public Schools. I am energized by the wonderful work taking place in one of our state's largest school districts under the leadership of Superintendent Johnson. It is truly my pleasure and my honor to present the IPS Principal of the Year. This award recognizes an IPS school leader who has a proven track record of instructional leadership. The recipient of this award shows commitment to providing high-quality learning opportunities for all students, a passion for student achievement, and to focus on closing the achievement gap. Tonight's winner has articulated a clear instructional vision with a school-wide focus on teaching and learning that is data-driven. This individual has developed and maintained a purposeful school culture that supports a safe and effective learning environment, making tough decisions when necessary to move the school forward while maintaining a support and a respectable school community. I am excited to announce this year's IPS Principal of the Year. Dina Harger-Perry, Principal at William McKinley School Number 39. Congratulations.
I am immensely honored to have been chosen as the 2020 IPS Principal of the Year. As a proud Arsenal Tech graduate who attended IPS schools from kinder through 12th grade, I personally recognize the indispensable role educators play in the future success of their students. I am certain that the projectile of my own success would be vastly different if Miss Graves, my second grade teacher at Parkview School 81, had not planted the seed that I was smart enough to be the very first person in my family to attend college. That one positive interaction changed my future self. I spent the rest of my formative years surrounded by educators who reinforced the belief that I could achieve more than my current circumstances. Because of my experiences as a student in IPS, I appreciate the far-reaching impact that educators have on the lives of their students, and how vital it is to unlock the potential in all students. My role as principal affords me the opportunity to work alongside my staff and witness how our commitment to the success of all students changes lives. I challenge each of you to be like Miss Graves and inspire your students to achieve more than they ever thought they could. Thank you again for this honor.
Congratulations, Principal Harger-Perry, and we are so grateful for your leadership. On behalf of the district, we'd like to thank everyone who has donated to the IPS Education Equity Fund tonight through our text to give option or via the foundation's website. And it's not too late to participate. The instructions are on your screen. Well, next, I'd like to welcome Superintendent Johnson back to present our next award for the Outstanding Staff Member of the Year.
Team IPS is made up of more than 4,000 employees who work both inside and outside of the classroom to support our students and families. From our teachers and counselors to food service workers and custodians, an organization is only as good as its individuals, and we have a lot of great people. The Outstanding Staff Member Award honors an IPS classified or non-teaching employee for their outstanding commitment to the district overall. This candidate works collaboratively, builds partnerships, and strengthens relationships. They're committed to high-quality work and put the interests and needs of students and staff ahead of everything else. The 2020 IPS Outstanding Staff Member is Tiffany Bowman. Tiffany is a physical therapist and the team lead for occupational and physical therapy, supporting all of the occupational and physical therapists in the district. Tiffany received multiple nominations, singing her praises for a number of things. First, she helped bridge the gap between occupational and physical therapists. She developed a handbook so current and future therapists can provide the best, most consistent care across the district. She works on her personal time to make sure her team has what they need to do their jobs to the highest standard. She helped identify funding and implement sensory rooms in several of our IPS schools. She provides students with the necessary adaptive equipment in order to successfully access their learning environment. Beyond the work examples, the nomination letters included plenty more about Tiffany's character, saying she's passionate, understanding, always willing to listen and help students and her coworkers. She's a great leader and spreads motivation and team spirit that makes everyone around her more dedicated. Tiffany, you're a wonderful example of what it means to be part of Team IPS, and we are so grateful to you for your service and dedication. Congratulations on this well-deserved award.
It is an honor for me to receive the award for the 2020 IPS Outstanding Staff Member of the Year. I am extremely grateful for the recognition of the work I have done, but could not have accomplished this without the support of my coworkers. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the members of the OT and PT team. It is an honor for me to lead such an amazing group of professionals that are highly devoted to the work they do. Our work collectively has created impressive results and is an achievement to every OT and PT I work with. I am grateful to everyone I work with at IPS. I believe that the work we do deserves an award, as well as everyone who has and continues to devote their time and talents to this organization and the students we serve. Thank you.
Congratulations, Tiffany, and that outpouring of love from your colleagues really speaks volumes. Well, next, President O'Connor returns to announce the winner of the Excellence in Innovation Award presented by Cortiva.
The Excellence in Innovation Award recognizes and applauds an IPS innovation school partner or an innovation school that has reimagined what's possible through innovative, out-of-the-box pathways to excellence, demonstrated through a variety of metrics, from academics to parent involvement to school culture. This year's winner is an innovation school that has not only developed an engaging environment, boasting a high level of parent involvement and community partnerships, but also improved test scores, mastery, and student outcomes. This school also demonstrates the ability to inspire and empower all students of all backgrounds and skills to achieve at a very high level. The winner of the Excellence in Innovation Award is Global Preparatory Academy at Riverside 44, under the leadership of CEO and Principal Mariama Shahid. Ms. Shahid founded the Dual Language Emergent Innovation Network School more than 5 years ago. According to the nomination letter, among many other things, giving students hope and self-worth are the most powerful impacts phenomenal educators have on students. Day in and day out, The team sheds light on the positive attributes that students possess and nurtures those characteristics while whittling away at the elements that could bring down a child. To Ms. Shahid and the Global Prep team, congratulations on all you do for the betterment of our students and our community.
Good evening, and thank you to the IPS Education Foundation for this awesome recognition. I accept this recognition as the founder and head of schools at Global Preparatory Academy. On behalf of our staff who work tirelessly to educate and nurture our more than 600 students, I want to say thank you to them. I also want to thank the Riverside community where our beautiful school sits. We have been in the Riverside community now since 2016, and they have embraced us ever since we arrived. I also want to take a moment to thank our families, many who don't live in the IPS community but choose the bilingual education experience for their children. We thank you, and we look forward to more years together. And lastly, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank the IPS family for welcoming us to the family in 2016. We've enjoyed our work together, and our partnership has only strengthened over the years. We look forward to the future, and thank you so much for all of your support.
Congratulations, Ms. Shahid and the entire Global Prep team. Thank you so much for setting that bar. Well, now join me in welcoming Jacoby Brissett, quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, to announce the Engaging School Award.
What's going on? It's Jacoby Brissett, quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. The Engaging School Award recognizes an IPS school that has actively deepened community partnership and family engagement. This school creates meaningful relationships with local and national community partners that help drive success for students, staff, and families. This year's winner is Charles W. Fairbanks School 105. School 105 won for its outstanding staff members with caring hearts who make their students feel comfortable in their environment and encourage them to participate in all the school has to offer. School 105 is known for trying new things, including a popular poetry club that has attracted poets throughout the city to give pointers to their student members. Congratulations to the staff and leaders at School 105 for the strides you're making to connect with students and families as the 2020 Engaging School Award winner.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Parker, and I'm a Family and Community Engagement Liaison at Charles Warren Fairbanks Elementary School. This year, Charles Fairbanks and myself was nominated and selected as IPS's Most Engaged School. It means a lot to our staff because we pride ourselves on building authentic, trustworthy relationships with our parents and community partners. This award also gives us the recognition that we deserve for all our hard work and dedication on the Far East Side. Good job, 105.
Congratulations to Charles Fairbanks School 105, and great job on engaging your entire community. Well, our next presenter is a friend of IPS here in Indianapolis and in Washington, D.C. Please welcome the U.S. Representative for Indiana's 7th Congressional District, Congressman Andre Carson, to present the Community Partner in Action Award.
You know, one thing that was ingrained in me growing up was the power of community and the value of partnerships. My family, including my grandmother, the late Congresswoman Julia Carson, demonstrated this repeatedly with a life of service. She laid the groundwork for the service I've been honored to continue, which benefits many parts of our neighborhoods, including local schools and our youth. Indianapolis Public Schools is only as strong as its community partners, and thanks to a rapidly growing network of businesses, organizations, and individuals anxious to do their part, IPS is now stronger than ever. The Community Partner in Action Award recognizes and applauds a community organization that consistently works with the district or specific schools to actively deepen student and family successes. They not only promote academic and personal growth for students and families, but also spearhead innovative educational opportunities. The 2020 Community Partner in Action Award goes to 2 organizations for their exceptional service to the district. First, Teachers Treasures. This organization distributes free school supplies to Marion County teachers of students in need. They currently operate a mobile program in 2 centers, including one located inside of Northwest Middle School. Teachers Treasures has served approximately 2,500 IPS teachers and 30,000 students, providing teachers an opportunity to shop at least once a month, leaving with $400 to $1,000 worth of free supplies each trip. The second winner is Circle City Broadcasting. The owner, president, and CEO, Dewan McCoy, grew up in Indianapolis and attended IPS. Since returning to Indy and buying Wish TV and its sister station, My Indy TV, Circle City Broadcasting wasted no time partnering with IPS and immediately jumping to action during a very critical time. Shortly after school shut down during the pandemic, the district faced barriers getting instruction to some students who didn't have devices or internet services. Circle City Broadcasting broadcasted lessons to students in grade K through 8, 5 days a week on My Indy TV, Channel 23. Teaching lessons, teachers were there, already sharing their class pages online. Circle City Broadcasting and Teachers Treasures have been game changers for our district. Congratulations for your outstanding service to the students, families, and staff of IPS. Congratulations to both of the recipients. I know we will see the fruits of your work for generations to come.
Hey guys, it's Margaret Sheehan. I'm the Executive Director here at Teachers Treasures, and we are so profoundly just delighted to have been acknowledged by IPS as a community partner. And quite frankly, you know, we do what we do is because of IPS teachers. We started 20 years ago because of Phyllis Imel, a retired IPS principal, who said, you know what, our teachers are spending too much of their own money, so let's try to help them out. And so we've been doing it for 20 years. We've given away $69 million worth of free school supplies in the 20 years, predominantly to IPS teachers and all of those great, amazing humans that are working with those kids every single day. But just on behalf of our board, our staff, and all of our volunteers, thank you for acknowledging this work. It's been a ball, and we're so proud to be a partner and an ongoing friend of IPS. We are here for you, we're here for the teachers, and we hope to be here for a long time to come. So best of luck with the event, and again, our profound gratitude. Thank you.
Hi, Dewan McCoy, owner and president and CEO of Wish TV and Circle City Broadcasting. I want to thank Indianapolis Public School Systems and Alicia Johnson for awarding me the Community in Action Partnership Award. This is a great honor. I am very humbled to receive the honor. Owning television stations in my hometown, I feel like I owe it to the community to give back, and part of my relationship with the Indianapolis Public Schools is just part of my DNA. I am an alumni of IPS School number 67 and School number 75, and I've always been a proponent of public school systems. What public school systems have to offer, not only in current life, but in experience going forward, is very invaluable. Thank you, IPS, for this award.
Congratulations again to Teachers Treasures and Circle City Broadcasting, and we're so grateful for your enthusiasm and willingness to partner and give back to our IPS community. Well, again, on behalf of the district, we'd like to thank everyone who has donated to the IPS Education Equity Fund tonight through our text to give option or via the foundation's website. Next, I'd like to introduce the President and Chief Operating Officer of Pacers Sports and Entertainment, Rick Fusen, to introduce us to the recipients for the Inspiring Alumni Award presented by the Lacey Family Foundation. These winners make up the 2020 class of inductees into the IPS Hall of Fame.
Writer and author Kurt Vonnegut, legendary late-night talk show host David Letterman, the late U.S. Senator Richard Lugar, NBA legend Oscar Robertson, real estate developer and philanthropist Sidney Eskenazi, comedian, actor, and movie star Mike Epps, business community leader Joyce Rogers, and me. What do we all have in common? We're all graduates of Indianapolis Public Schools, and we're all members of the esteemed IPS Alumni Hall of Fame. I remember so very clearly 9 years ago, back in 2011, when I was inducted. It was a special time to reflect back on my fond memories as a member of Arlington High School's class of 1971. The friends made, lessons learned, and experiences shared helped shape me into the person I am today, and I am forever grateful to IPS for that. I'm excited to announce this year's group of inductees. The Inspiring Alumni Award honors IPS graduates, current and former IPS high schools for their outstanding professional and community accomplishments that clearly distinguishes them among their peers. They've also demonstrated a commitment to either the district or their alma mater and are standouts in their own personal accomplishments. This year's inspiring alumni to be inducted into the IPS Hall of Fame are Eugene Akers, graduate of Arsenal Tech High School.
Eugene Akers is a champion for the citizens of Marion County and serves as Center Township trustee. He accepted the challenge because of his love for children and senior citizens. Trustee Akers has dedicated more than 37 years working in public service. He puts his cares and concerns into action by assisting the community to strive for confidence and personal independency. His life is centered on his most important title, father and grandfather. His motto is, a hand up, not a hand out.
Thank you, Indianapolis Public Schools, for this award. It is up to us to teach, reach, and inspire our youth.
Congressman Andre Carson, graduate of Arsenal Tech High School.
Congressman Andre Carson represents Indiana's 7th Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives and is in his 6th term. He is a senior member of the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. He also serves as the chairman of the Counterterrorism, Counterintelligence, and Counterproliferation Subcommittee, and is a member of the Strategic Technologies and Advanced Research Subcommittee on the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Before taking office, he served on the Indianapolis City-County Council and worked full-time in law enforcement.
I want to thank IPS from the bottom of my heart for presenting me with the Inspiring Alumni Award. Though I am extremely humbled to receive this award, I have to admit that it's really the hardworking teachers and bright students at IPS who are truly inspirational. You know, in this extremely challenging school year, you have never stopped teaching, learning, and growing. Keep up the amazing work and never give up the fight to create a better community and better world for all of us. As your member of Congress and a proud alum, I'll keep marching with you side by side. Once again, thank you for this amazing honor.
Carol Craig, graduate of Crispus Attucks High School.
Carol Craig graduated as salutatorian from Crispus Attucks High School in 1962. She is a retired IPS employee where she worked as a teacher, guidance counselor, dean of students, principal, and human resources director. She also is a founding member of the Children's Policy and Law Initiative and the Indiana Coalition of Public Education. Currently, Ms. Craig is an educational equity consultant for school districts in Indiana, specializing in cultural responsiveness. She owns Carol Craig Leadership Services, LLC, a consulting business.
It is with such joy and honor that I accept this Inspiring Alumni Award. I can think of no other recognition that so reflects my purpose and my dreams. My parents, my brother, and my husband, we're all IPS graduates, and we all agree that never could we each have received a better education in preparation not only for higher education, but more importantly for the quality of life and character. IPS not only represents the fulfillment of my dreams, but represents the dreams fulfilled for thousands of young people who have been able to reach their greatest potential to become positive contributors to our community and to our world. For that, I will always love IPS, and I gladly accept this award.
Steve Downing, graduate of George Washington High School.
Steve Downing is the Marion University Director of Athletics. In 1969, Downing, along with teammate George McGinnis, led George Washington High School to the basketball state championship. He played basketball at IU and was a member of the 1974 world champion Boston Celtics. He is a member of the Indiana High School Basketball Hall of Fame and the Indiana University Athletic Hall of Fame.
I'd like to thank everyone involved at IPS for putting me in the Hall of Fame. I grew up in Indianapolis, and I went through IPS all my formative years, grade school and high school, and I don't think I'd be in the position I am now without the learning that I received, the training from all the teachers that inspired me to be better than what I thought I could be. So it is a great honor to be recognized by people who, to a great degree, you're a part of. So I look forward to receiving the award, and just know this from my heartfelt that it's something that I really appreciate, because I know of a lot of the other guys that are in the Hall of Fame already and what it means to them, and just to be a part of that group makes it even that more special. So again, I'd like to thank you all. It's something I really appreciate. Thanks a lot.
Robert Jackson, graduate of Crispus Attucks High School.
Robert Jackson is receiving his award posthumously. Mr. Jackson spearheaded efforts to open an alumni office on the campus of Crispus Attucks High School, allowing alumni to provide assistance and support to students. He was an active member and officer of the Crispus Attucks Alumni Association and the Attucks Alumni Letterman's Club. Mr. Jackson was employed by the International Harvester, where he retired after working 28 years. He was a union steward later, becoming president of UAW Local 226. He also was owner and founder of Jackson's Tax Service.
Robert Jackson's direct contribution impacted students at the school, the IPS district, and community. The Brick Project campaign was to create a commemorative section on the walkway leading up to the building. The Meet and Greet program was to ensure students understood the vision and the legacy of Attucks, and to encourage more students and faculty involvement in the school activities. His role of leadership in the National Alumni Association and Letterman's Alumni provided a platform to influence and inspire others to donate time and financial resources to assist student athletes. His persistence to continue the annual Jazz for Breakfast event became an important and profitable fundraiser for funding the Russell Clemens Book Award for graduating seniors. Robert Jackson demonstrated his dedication to students, the faculty, and the alumni for over 50 years. We pray his legacy and love will motivate others to do the same, because love is what love does.
Tybor Klopfer, graduate of Broad Ripple High School.
Tybor Klopfer is a retired attorney and partner at Fager, Drinker, Biddle, and Reith Law Firm. He's a Holocaust education speaker who regularly shares the atrocities his Hungarian Jewish family members experienced during the Holocaust. Since 2013, he's traveled the world, giving 75 presentations to nearly 7,000 people.
IPS has been an important part of my life, and I feel honored to have been considered for this alumni award. I attended IPS from kindergarten through high school, graduating from Broad Ripple in 1972. My wife, who I met at Broad Ripple, and our children also attended IPS. After I retired, I looked for ways to continue to contribute to our community. I began serving as a Holocaust education speaker, drawing on my parents' and family members' experiences as Hungarian Jews during the Holocaust and World War II. Since 2013, I've presented my family's stories to nearly 7,000 students and adults, mostly at Indianapolis area schools. There are important lessons to be learned from the Holocaust, lessons about valuing diversity and about personal responsibility. Those lessons are vitally important today. They are not just history. I hope that my acceptance of this inspiring alumni award will in some small way help further communicate those important lessons. Thank you.
Kevin Coach K. Lee, graduate of Broad Ripple High School.
Kevin Coach K. Lee is a music mogul and the co-founder and chief operating officer for Quality Control Music. His company has produced hit-making hip-hop acts such as platinum-selling artist Migos, Lil Yachty, and Lil Baby, along with many more artists. His reach is growing outside of music and into film production, sports, and more.
Today I want to give a really big thank you to Indianapolis Public Schools for inducting me into the Hall of Fame. You know, my journey through schooling started at School 80. And then from School 80, it started at School 70. And then from School 70, I went to School 80. And then I went to school number 86. And I left 86 and I went to school number 2. And then from school number 2, I went to 47. And then from 47, I went to 59. And then I went to Broad Ripple High School where I graduated. And my experience was, I wouldn't change that for nothing, man. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for that. So like I said, I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to the IPS system for this big accomplishment. Thank you.
Patricia Payne, graduate of Shortridge High School.
Dr. Patricia Payne has worked for Indianapolis Public Schools for more than 58 years as an IPS educator. She's currently the director of the IPS Racial Equity Office and helped author the district's historic Racial Equity Policy 1619 and the Black Lives Matter resolution, both which were adopted by the IPS board in June 2020.
I am extremely honored to be recognized as an IPS Hall of Fame Inspiring Alumni Award recipient. The Indianapolis Public Schools has been an integral part of my life since I was a very young child, and for this I am extremely grateful. My mother was an IPS teacher, as were many of my aunts, uncles, and cousins. Accepting this award on behalf of those who have gone before me and those still yet to come gives me great pride. Sincere thanks to the IPS Education Foundation and all others who feel I am deserving of this most distinguished award.
Dr. Leonard Scott, graduate of Arsenal Tech High School.
Dr. Leonard Scott is the founder and CEO of the nation's oldest Black-owned and operated gospel recording company, Ty Scott Music and Entertainment. He has also owned and operated Scott Dentistry for more than 40 years. Dr. Scott is the pastor of the Rock Community Church in Indianapolis. He's also a musician and an author.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ashley Scott and the IPS Education Foundation for this incredible honor of receiving the 2020 IPS Hall of Fame Inspiring Alumni Award. You know, both my parents were teachers in the IPS system, and what I have achieved by God's grace educationally is a result of the foundation received from the Indianapolis public school system, from its teachers, its staff, and the administration. And I will cherish this award and honor as I enter the next season of this journey of service. Thank you.
Stephen Taylor, graduate of Arsenal Tech High School.
Stephen Taylor is a Broadway actor who currently plays Mufasa in the blockbuster musical The Lion King. He also performs in concerts at Carnegie Hall. Taylor's acting credits include Law & Order SVU, Blue Bloods, and NCIS New Orleans. His voice can be heard on ads for McDonald's, the NFL, Geico, and more. He's also narrated more than 50 audiobooks.
Wow, I am so humbled to be receiving this honor. Thank you. Anytime that you're recognized by your hometown is a great day, but to be recognized by IPS specifically means so much more to me. I'm living proof of what can be achieved with a public school education, especially when that education is supplemented by solid arts programming. From Miss Woodard's music classes at Riverside School number 44, to being in advanced choir at Crispus Attucks Junior High, to being taken underneath the wings of Cindy Hartshorn, Beth Aubrey Meyer, Giselle Dollinger, and Candy Brown Wiley in the music department at Arsenal Technical High School, this award belongs to them. I would not be where I am or who I am without all of you. This award also goes to the hundreds of people, friends that I've made through IPS who have supported me across and through the years. I thank you again, and even though New York is far away from Indianapolis, I'll continue to represent you strong out here and continue to make IPS proud. Thank you again for this award.
Congratulations to this year's Inspiring Alumni winners, and welcome to the IPS Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to all of the inductees and to the 2020 IPS Hall of Fame. We are so proud to call you family. Well, thank you for joining us for this wonderful opportunity to recognize and honor a few of our teachers, staff, school community, partners, and alumni who are going above and beyond to make IPS the wonderful district that it is. Please stay tuned for nominations opening in December for our 2021 IPS Hall of Fame Awards. We look forward to celebrating even more district superstars. Good night and be safe.